Hi everyone. I hope everybody can hear me and see me. My name is Hina. Welcome to speaking. If you guys just want to start joining at the top, click join class and we can begin. Hi everyone.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi again, Manuel. I remember seeing you in my class yesterday as well.
Yes, it's all right. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Uh,
Okay. I think we're about ready to begin. Our class is full. So welcome everyone. My name is Hina and this is a speaking class. And today we will be focusing on talking about the environment. We're going to be talking about global warming, climate change, some things that contribute to global warming, what its effects are. I just want to point out that I'm not an expert on the topic, so I will do my best to answer any and all questions, but there might be some questions that I may not have an answer to, and I apologize for that. We'll start by introducing ourselves and saying where everybody's from. So let's start with Diego. Hi.
Hello, Hina. I am from Colombia.
Thanks. Essa?
Hello, Hina. I'm Esa from Kazakhstan.
Okay, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gabriel?
Hello, I'm Gabriel, and I'm from Colombia as well.
Okay, thank you. Juan? Hi, Juan. Can you hear me? Okay, we'll come back to him. Julissa?
Hi, Hannah. Hi, guys. I'm Julissa, and I'm from Peru.
Peru. Okay, thank you. Junaid?
Hi, Hina. Hi, guys. I'm Junaid. I live in the United States.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if I'm saying this name right. Is?
Yes.
Lies.
Yes, it's Lies. Hi, everyone. I'm Lies from Algeria.
Algeria. Okay, thank you. Manuel?
Hi everyone. My name is Manuel. I live in Spain, more exactly in Canary Island.
Okay, thank you. And Tom?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Tom. I'm from China, but I study in Finland now.
In
How are you,
Finland.
Hina?
Okay. I'm fine. Thank you, Tom, for asking. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Awesome. Juan, can you hear me now?
Yes, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yeah, I am from Mexico. Hello, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, welcome everyone. And if there are some words that I'm using that are unclear that you can't understand or you want me to spell out, just let me know and I'll write it in the chat box. Before we begin with the class, there is also there are two files that I attached. So if you want to download them, one is a map of the world, and it shows where the majority of carbon emissions come from, and the other file has a few pie charts in it that show what the major causes of global warming are. So has everybody downloaded those?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, where is the file?
It's where the class description is. It's right under there. It says class material, and one is annual emissions and the other is greenhouse gases.
I put the link for you in the chat.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, so this is a speaking class. So I will be asking a couple of questions. There will be discussion. You'll have the opportunity to speak, and I will be asking some structured questions where everybody will have to contribute. So I'll just go in that section. I'll go name by name, and everybody will. You can talk for a few seconds, a minute, however long you're comfortable with. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's great. So let's begin. Global warming. What do we know about it? Anybody's free to answer.
Oh, well, I think that maybe we shouldn't call it global warming because people now is trying to call it climate change. Uh, we call global warming when the temperature are getting higher and higher, but maybe we should call it climate change because some regions the temperatures are getting lower, and other are getting higher. So maybe global warming is not the best term. That's what I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, thank you for that, Gabrielle. And you're right. Global warming actually falls under climate change. So climate change is what is happening, and global warming is one of the effects of climate change. Does everybody understand the subtle difference?
Yes.
Yeah?
Global warming produce the level of the sea increase, and this is a big problem for the city for the city near to the coast.
Exactly.
For example, Los Angeles, San Francisco, probably in the future we have problems with the level of the sea.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the effects of climate change is global warming, and then one of the effects of global warming is rising climate change. Does anybody know why, sorry, rising sea levels? Does anybody know why rising sea levels occur?
I think because the pollution from the cars, from the factories, and also they cut a lot of greens land.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Another big reason is because the polar ice caps are melting. So when gases, carbon dioxide, methane are released into the air, they go and stay in the atmosphere and they raise the temperature of the atmosphere. And then because of raised temperatures, the ice in the polar ice cape starts to melt. And then that when the ice melts, it becomes water and it mixes with the ocean, and that causes sea levels to rise. Can anybody think of a part of the world where this is currently happening and it's posing a big problem?
Maybe in one of the poles, Antarctica. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Antarctica, yeah, it's at the bottom of the continents, and in the Arctic as well, in the North Pole. But a city that is seeing effects of global warming is Venice. Everybody know where Venice is?
Yes, in Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, and does anybody know what's going on in Venice?
I think I saw in the news the water enter inside the house and inside the stores.
Exactly, yeah. So Venice is built on the banks of the sea, and so water level rises, and buildings they submerge, and there's so many issues over there. There are people from all different countries here. Can anybody tell me an issue that their country is facing because of global warming potentially? Maybe there's somebody in Finland. Tom, hi. Tom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Do you know of any issues that are faced by Finland because of global warming? Considering that Finland is so close, it's so high up in the northern hemisphere.
Well, may some of the policy of energy has changed during the climate change, and some of the so they are developing the new technologies, I think, to replace the old one.
Okay. And do you want to elaborate a little bit more on what kind of technologies?
Clean tech. So
Sorry?
there
Yeah.
the clean technology, so there will be less pollution, and there will be, I think it will be a benefit to environments, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Less pollution is definitely a good thing to help reduce emissions. What about in Kazakhstan? Hi. Was it Essa?
Yes,
Hi. What do you have to say about that?
about climate.
Yeah, about climate change, and if you're aware of any policies that are in place in your country to help curb it.
Yeah, okay. It's actually very cold because it's winter.
Mm-hmm.
But during the day when the sun rises, the snows and ice on the ground will bend. Oh, sorry, belt.
Mm-hmm.
How can I say? So, and the ground will be very wetty.
Okay. It'll be
Uh,
wet.
yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
but in the evening, at night, it will become again very cold. The weather is very changeable.
Okay. And is that not normal for this time of year?
Sorry.
Is that not normal for this time of year for all the snow to melt when the sun comes out? Is that normally what should happen, or is that is because of climate change?
But I don't know. But it's normal for population citizens in Kazakhstan.
Okay, in Kazakhstan, that's normal. Okay, all right. So let's look at a little bit more about what actually causes greenhouse gases and in turn causes climate change. So if everybody can open their one of the files called greenhouse gases, is everybody okay just using it on their own computer, or do you want me to share the screen and show it up here?
We can use on my own computer.
Yeah, Junaid, you're okay using on your own computer? What about everybody else?
I agree.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, that's
Okay,
great.
yeah.
So let's open up the file called greenhouse gases. Okay, just is everybody on it? Has everybody opened it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so from it we have 3 pie charts. Can someone from the big pie chart on top, what is the biggest contributor of greenhouse gas emissions by sector? What's the biggest sector that releases greenhouse gases?
Power
Industrial
stations.
processes. Ah,
Power
power
stations.
stations.
Yeah.
Yep,
power
exactly. And then what's the second biggest?
Industrial processes.
Industrial
Yeah.
processes.
Industrial.
Exactly. Can someone give me a few examples of what industrial processes may be, what they think industrial processes are?
Uh,
I
I
think
guess
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Manuel, are you talking? Sorry, there are people talking. I just everybody can talk just one by one. So who was Manuel? Was it you first? No? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. What somebody was saying? What is industrial processes in their opinion?
um, I guess any process in general affect the the climate.
Affect the? Sorry.
I guess any process in general affect the climate.
Yeah, well, industrial processes do end up affecting the climate, but they are processes that involve chemical or mechanical steps to make items. For example, car manufacturing, that's an industrial process. Okay. What other processing can be considered industrial?
The process of petrol.
Yeah, processing of petrol. Yeah. What else?
Injection process.
Injection.
Process.
What is that? Do you want to maybe elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, it's the process that you use to make plastic parts.
Yes, that's the one, right. Okay, thank you. So yeah, industrial processes are again another big cause. Power stations, that goes without saying. And then we have transportation fuels. So that's our cars, our motorcycles, our trains that are not electric run. That's all transportation fuels. It says agricultural byproduct, which is 12.5%. Does anybody find that a little surprising that agriculture is cause of greenhouse gases?
No, because they use chemicals for these products.
I'm sorry, they use what? You're cutting out a little bit.
Chemicals.
Chemicals. Okay, yeah, they use chemicals. Julissa, did you want to say something?
Yes, I was a little surprised that agriculture, because I usually relate agriculture with natural processes, but maybe they refer to the chemical, like he said, chemical products that they use.
Yeah, chemical products is a big reason, but the biggest reason that agricultural processes are a part of global warming is because of cows, actually. Would anybody like to guess why that is? Cows are a big reason? No? Anybody can take a guess if you want, that's fine. I'll tell you the answer.
Because of what they eat, maybe the grasses that they eat contain some of these products, and they eat, and after that they throw it, or I don't know, something like that.
Okay, yeah, you're on the right path, but it's actually methane gas. So if you look at the chart again at the bottom, it shows you three gases. So carbon dioxide, which is 72% of the total gas that is emitted that causes climate change, and then you have methane. And 40% of methane gas comes from agricultural byproducts, and that comes from cows because cows release a lot of methane gas. And when you have as many cows as we have now, because of to make burgers for McDonald's and to feed the 7 billion people that exist on our planet, you have way more cows and they produce a lot more methane. And methane is actually a bigger potent gas than carbon dioxide. So if carbon dioxide causes harm, methane causes 5 times as much harm as carbon dioxide.
Oh.
Yeah. Did anybody know that?
No.
No? Yeah, cows are a big reason we have climate change on the planet right now. Okay. And then what are some others? Fossil fuel retrieval, there's residential, commercial, and other sources. So can someone give me an example of what residential, commercial, and other sources might be that are contributing to greenhouse emissions? So the one that's in the blue at the bottom, 10.3%.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What are some of the residential and commercial activities that emit gases? Can someone give me an example of those?
Commercial activity that emit gases.
Sorry?
Commercial activity.
Yeah, like what? Like, can you give me an example of what commercial activities?
All what we consume.
For example, yeah, what we consume, exactly. Thank you. What else?
For example, car manufacturing.
Factory, yeah. So getting our food from the farm to the store, that's transportation cost, that's a commercial activity. So that costs a lot of money. You're using fuel, you're using resources, and then it contributes to the amount of gas that you're letting out into the atmosphere. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this chart or anything that's presented here?
When they say residential, this refers to people or something more specific?
Yeah, residential means like resident, where you live, so people's individual houses. So in your house, when you use electricity or when you dispose of your waste, for example, in Canada or in colder countries, it takes a lot. In the wintertime, you need to heat the house, and that takes a lot of energy and a lot of power. So those sort of activities are considered residential activities.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions about that? Okay. So let's open up the other file now, annual emissions. And in that one, I'm going to go through everybody in the class, and you're going to tell me which country you're from and what the annual emission of your country is. So if you open the file, you'll be able to see. So you can see all the countries that are there, and there's a legend at the bottom. And based on the color that your country is, you can see what the annual emission of your country is. Is that clear for everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
But
Okay.
it's not my country.
It's not your country. What do you mean?
No, in my country is not in the list.
Oh, no, not the one on the left. Are you reading the list on the left?
Yes.
No, if you look on the right, there's a legend that says annual emissions by country in million metric tons. Can you see that?
Ah, okay, I can see
Yeah.
that.
Colors.
Yeah,
Yes.
in colors, exactly. So you match the color of that with the color of your country, and then that will tell you what the emission of your country is. Okay? Has everybody opened it? Can everybody see it properly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so from that list on the left, what is the #1 country that releases the most annual emissions?
United States.
USA.
Yes. United States.
Yeah, and what's the value? Can someone read that number out, please?
1,637.
Yeah, 1,637 million metric tons. So that's how much the United States produces. And then you have China, followed by Russia, India, and Japan. Okay, so I'm hoping everybody's located their country by now. So let's get into it. Essa, do you state your country and let us know what the emissions by your country are?
Okay. It's 52.99.
Okay, if everybody can say the country and 50 to 99 million metric tons. Okay, so what country is that, Essa?
Sorry, my country.
Yeah.
It's Kazakhstan. You can see between Russia and China we have.
Yeah.
In Central Asia, yeah.
Okay, so Central Asia, the dark
Yeah,
orange.
yeah, it's like a fish's shape.
Mm-hmm. Okay, did everybody know where Kazakhstan is now?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. Gabriel, go ahead.
Well, my country is Colombia. We have less than 20 tons.
20 million metric tons.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hyujin, hi.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, so can you locate your country and let us know how much carbon dioxide it emits?
Yes, my country is Vietnam and it emits less than 20 metric tons per year.
Yeah, million metric tons.
Million metric tons.
Yep, okay, thank you. Juan.
My country is Mexico. We produce from 100 to 199 million metric tons.
Okay, thank you. Julissa?
Yes, my country is Peru, and we have less than 20 million metric tons.
Thank you. Junaid?
I think there is the only country no data is my country, but I live now in that state. It's 1,637 million metric tons.
Okay, thank you. Liz?
Yes. My country is Algeria, is in North Africa. Our emission is between 50 and 99 million metric tons.
Okay, thank you. Manuel?
I live in Spain. In Spain, the emission is between 15 and 99 million metric tons.
Okay, thank you, Manuel. And Tom? Tom,
Yeah,
you can actually do two countries if you want. You can do China and Finland.
Of course, yeah. So my hometown China, my homeland China, the emission is 1,631 million metric tons. Well, the Finland is less than 20. It's a big difference there. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And can you account for why there is such a big difference? Do you know why there's such a big difference between the two? Yeah, anybody can answer. Like, why is there such a big difference between Finland's emission and China's emission in carbon dioxide?
I think
Principally,
because
I think is the population. The population of China is a lot of big, and the population of Finland is, I think, 10 millions, more or
no,
less.
not that. I think also the China is a industrial country, the
Yeah.
biggest industrial country in the world.
Because China is developing now, but Finland is developed. So there are two stage. I mean,
Yeah, two stages of development. You're right. Yeah. All these are correct reasons. The population of China is way greater than Finland. China is an industrial country, and we saw from the chart that industrial processes are the second biggest contributor of gases. And again, China is developing, so they are really revving up their industrial processes, whereas Finland is a developed country, and they have the resources to focus on sustaining their environment. Yeah, those are all correct reasons. What else do we notice looking at the map? Which countries produce the greatest amount of carbon dioxide emissions?
The developed countries mostly.
Yeah, developing countries mostly in Asia. So you have China, India, Russia, and then you have the United States. United States is a big industrial country as well. How do you think? So this data was taken in 2006. You can see at the bottom it says this data is from 2006. How do you think? Do you think this data has changed now, or is it the same?
Still the same.
No,
I think
But China will be the most
But I think they
the
had
highest.
they had some meetings, I think, in where they firmed some pact or some rules. So maybe it should be less if the countries follow those rules in that they said in the meeting.
Okay, yeah. What else? And somebody else was talking as well. Well, do you think that data is different, and why or why not?
I think it's an increase now
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because more factory. There are many factories open in new, and also we don't close any factory from 2006. If we count the factories from 2006 until now, I think we have a lot of factories. So I think it's an increase than the 2006.
Okay, yeah. This data has actually, the carbon emission from all the countries has actually gone up because the world population surpassed the 7 billion mark this past year, and everything is on overdrive. So more industrial processes, more fossil fuel, more need to extract gases, and all that. But what Julissa was talking about, I believe, was that the Kyoto Protocol?
Yes, and I think after that they had another. I don't remember where.
Yeah. Does everybody know what the Kyoto Protocol is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Has everybody heard of it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Somebody would like to explain to everybody what it is? Just a couple of quick short sentences.
It was a meeting, I think, in which basically the developed countries or the ones that produce more emissions, they signed it they committed to reduce the emissions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. That's the company, and they set binding obligations on industrialized countries to reduce their emissions of greenhouse gases. That's exactly right. Thank you, Julissa. So, do you guys think that works? Having a protocol like Kyoto in place, do you think that works? That actually helps to reduce carbon dioxide emissions and global warming, or not?
Some countries don't respect this protocol. They emit more emission that is permitted.
Yeah.
Some country observe these rules. Other country may whatever when to make.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of countries don't respect the rules that are set by them. That's right. Are you aware? Is anybody aware whether their country is a part of Kyoto or not? Does anybody know if their country has signed the Kyoto Protocol?
Well, I think United States, of course, have signed the protocol, the Kyoto Protocol.
Yeah. And do you think they meet the expectations that are laid out for them?
No.
Oh, no, I don't think.
US
No.
vouched.
Yeah.
But maybe there's more advertisements or more campaigns trying to promote people from that protocol to promote that people take care of the environment.
Yeah, you're right. There are more advertisements, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's more action, right?
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Tom, what about? I know Finland is part of Kyoto. Do you think they respect it?
Yeah, I think they respect it. Because Finland is a very environmental friendly country, you know. So I think the government has put a lot of efforts into how to reduce the emissions and how to build more forest and how to let people living in a better place, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Okay. Let me just pull up my notes. Okay. So we mentioned a little earlier that because of the growing population of the planet, it puts more stress for more natural resources to be extracted. So what impact has overpopulation had on global warming and climate change? Give me some examples of how more people leads to more global warming.
People need more food.
People need more food. Yeah, exactly.
More vehicles.
More food, more vehicles. So if you need more food, that's more agriculture, right? So more agriculture is more methane gas. More methane gas is more detrimental to the atmosphere, right? Okay. What else?
According with the statistic, it appears that it's not a problem of population. It's a problem of industrialization.
Industrialization.
Industrialization. For example, Germany has 90 million of inhabitants and produce a lot of emission. United States has not the same habitant as China and produce a lot of emission. I think it is a problem of industrialization more than population.
Okay, thank you. But why is industrialization going up? Why is that rising?
Because the demand of the people, we need more things to,
Exactly. Everything is going up because there's more people. There's more people that you need to feed. There's more people that need to get to work. There's more people that you need to fit on this planet, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So one of the things that leads that we need to do in order to fit so many people is deforestation. Does everybody know what deforestation is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can someone just explain it really quickly?
We cut down trees in forests.
Yeah, exactly. You
build
cut down
houses instead.
the forest, and you need to build houses and apartments and offices. So that does two things. What are those? What does deforestation do? Trees, super important. They photosynthesize, right? Photosynthesis is carried out by trees. Everybody knows what photosynthesis is. Hi, can you all hear me?
Could you repeat?
Oh yeah. So,
No.
Not well.
Not well.
my question was, can you hear me now?
Cutting out.
Maybe the connection.
Yes, it's good enough.
Yeah, it's better.
The
Can you
line
hear
is
me
low.
now? Is
Oh, we can't hear you.
okay. Okay. All right. Can everybody hear me, or can some people hear me? Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear
Yeah,
me?
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not sure what
Oh, again.
just happened.
Oh, that happens
Okay.
again.
Connection.
What role do do trees play in our environment? Why are they so important?
Sorry, can you type the question?
Yeah.
Because the voice is good enough.
If
What
you close
role?
if you close your webcam, perfect, I can hear you.
Is that better? Can someone hear me now?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
better.
Do
Yeah.
trees play? Yeah.
Trees consume CO2 and produce O2.
Can someone
Yeah.
exactly? Yeah. So trees take in carbon.
Photosynthesis.
Yes, exactly. Photosynthesis. That's the process by which trees take in carbon dioxide and they release oxygen. And we all know that we need oxygen to live. So if you are cutting down trees, so when you release so much carbon dioxide, you don't have trees to take, and then that just stays in the environment, and it damages it. Okay.
Ina,
Is it okay? Yeah.
yes, it's still cutting out. Maybe a solution is maybe close just the webcam, and that will make the connection work better.
Okay, let me
But
see. Okay.
but now we can hear you well.
Yeah, you can hear me well? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. But if you can hear me, just because the chat window doesn't seem to be working that well either. But
The chat window also doesn't
Just
yeah,
work.
use the Hangout chat.
yeah, the chat window is not that great either. So I'm sorry. I apologize for the technical issues.
You can use the chat to the left. This is
Yeah, the
just
Google
for
chat.
The
Hangouts
blue.
chat.
The blue one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. But it's okay for right now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think yeah.
okay. Hopefully it won't. Okay. So
Yeah.
sorry. Then was what happens with animals and other living things in our environment because of climate change. So what are some things that negatively affect other creatures in our environment because of climate change?
They're getting in warning of extinctions.
Yeah.
In,
Yeah.
uh,
Exactly. Go ahead.
exactly. For example, in my country, happened something really bad because we have a national bird, the condor. I don't know how to say that in English, but this animal, because of all the development is getting on warning of extinction. And this is supposed to be a national bird, and now is in danger of extinction. So it's pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah. It's endangered.
In danger.
Yeah. Yeah. Endangered. So it's in danger of extinction. It's called an endangered species. That's terrible. And there's so many examples of so many animals that are endangered because of climate change. Can someone think of an animal that has already been extinct in the past? One of the biggest, like the most popular extinctions in the past.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaurs.
Exactly, dinosaur. That's like one everybody knows. Yeah. What about another one? Has anybody heard of the dodo bird?
Yes, I was thinking
No.
of that one.
Yeah. Can someone tell me the story of someone who knows how the dodo bird went extinct?
Well, it is said that the dodo wasn't too much smart, and also they can't fly. Uh, but that's only that's the only I know about the dodos.
So the dodo bird was a bird that existed about 200 years ago, and it lived on an island. And they only lived on that island. No, they didn't live anywhere else. And that island was inhabited by people. So when people came to the dodo birds, and all the dodo birds went extinct, so there's no more dodos today. And that's sort of like a foreshadow of what's going on right now, right? There's so many people, and they're just using all the resources that are available to them, and it's not like nobody's really caring about what's going on with other animals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It is. It really is. And not just animals. What about plants? Yeah? Plants can go extinct as well. And if plants go extinct, what is the biggest downside? What do you think would be a big disadvantage if plants went extinct? Certain kinds of plants.
Biodiversity loss.
Yeah, diversity would be lost. What else?
I think that the main problem with extinction is that it can broke the food chains. The food chain. At last it will be a problem for us.
Hello.
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 Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. You get frozen.
Yeah. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that okay? Okay. We were talking about plants, and diversity would be reduced, the food chain would be upset. What about medicine and medication? A lot of the medicines, they are derived from plants.
Yes.
Yeah? So a lot of cures for diseases and illnesses, they are plant-based. So if you destroy a plant species, that can be a cure for a disease, and you might
That will
never
make it
find
harder.
that cure. Yeah. Country extinct is Madagascar. Everybody knows where Madagascar is?
No, I don't know.
It's an island.
Yeah, it's an island. Where? Which continent is it on?
South in
Africa.
South Africa, I think.
Yeah,
Close to
it's
South
so.
Africa.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at the map, world map, on the east side of Africa, on the south, there's a big island, that's Madagascar. And Madagascar is completely forested, and a lot of recent medication has come from plants that were discovered there. And so if Madagascar's plants were to go extinct, we probably wouldn't be able to find cures for a lot of illnesses that we have in today's world. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything is connected, I think, because also some specific plants are the food of some animals or birds, So if some specific plants disappear, this also can lead to the disappearing of some animals and species.
Yeah.
So yes, everything is connected.
Yeah, exactly. Because some animals only eat specific plants, and if those plants die off, those animals will die off as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Sorry? What did you say, Tom?
Yeah, I think it's a cause of effect chain.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I wanted to touch upon was, for me, what I personally find really scary about climate change is, does everybody know of like swamps and frogs? Like, I'm sure everybody knows what frogs are, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so frogs are amphibians, and that's a kind of animal. And amphibians live, they live in swamps. Does everybody know what a swamp is?
Yeah, wetland.
Wetland.
A swamp is a forested wetland. So they usually exist on rivers or on riverbanks. So frogs and other amphibians are highly endangered of going extinct because they live in such a delicate environment. Swamps only exist where there's water and there's land, and a lot of times swamps are they're deforested to make golf courses or, you know, apartment buildings. So a lot of frogs and salamanders and other amphibians are going endangered. And you know what? You know what they eat? Frogs and salamanders and amphibians. Does anybody know what they eat?
Insects.
Exactly.
Insects.
So if all the frogs and amphibians were to disappear, what would that do to the insect population?
Whoa.
Increase.
Will grow.
Tenfold.
Can you imagine what would happen? There would be like cockroaches and spiders and flies and mosquitoes just everywhere. And for me, that is
Mosquitoes.
yeah.
Here's bordering.
Yeah. The mosquito population is controlled by amphibians. Like they eat, you know, they eat the eggs and, you know, they eat them and they get too big and that's how they control it. And that's one of the reasons that malaria is on the rise in a lot of African and Southeast Asian countries, because a lot of swamps are bulldozed over and turned into buildings and, you know, whatever, malls. And the frogs are disappearing and insect population is going up and it's so scary. Does that scare anybody else or is it just me? Yeah. I think that's really, really scary.
What is scary for me is that for the climate change, natural disasters are getting worse and worse.
Mhm.
I just read an article when they were talking that in the United States they were having the hottest year in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm from Canada, and every year is the hottest summer of history. Like every year is hotter than the last year.
Yeah.
Since like
Yeah,
2000. Yeah,
same thing here.
exactly. Yeah, and same thing in Vietnam.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like every year at the end of summer, it'll be like, yeah, last year's summer was not as hot as this year's summer, and it's been like that since 2005. So that's another big scary thing. Hurricanes, storms, bushfires. Does everybody know what a bushfire is?
No.
Like
No.
forest fire, is the same?
Yeah, forest
Forest
fire.
fire?
Yeah, yeah.
Forest fire.
Bushfire, wildfire, forest fire. It's just it gets so dry in some parts of the forest that like a fire lights up and it destroys, you know, the entire forest, everything that lives there. So they rise because of extremely dry temperatures as well.
In my country, we have this season a lot of problem with the prices of the food, because there is a really dry season and the price of the food are getting higher and higher.
Yeah, exactly. Does anybody else seem to be facing that problem in their country? Prices of food going up?
Yes. We are
Yeah?
facing going up
Yeah?
prices
Why?
of food because it's too cold here. We're a tropical country, but if it's too cold, we can't grow vegetables. So the price growing up at this moment.
Yeah, and Vietnam, they grow a lot of rice, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so
And
if
of course we can't grow rice at this time of the year because it's too cold.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What about Tom? What about in China? Do you know of something of anything that is happening that's negative because of climate change?
Well, I think because of that, some of the process of industrial will continue to expand, and people's health will get worse and worse. I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Might hear me?
Yeah. Hi. Is this Jim? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good point. People will start getting sicker, right? When the temperature is bad and it's not what it's supposed to be, and not to mention so much pollution is in the air, people will get sick. There'll be more diseases. That's right. So now I actually want to talk about what it is that we all do individually on a day-to-day basis in our own lives to help, you know, in our.
Somebody hear me?
Hi, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Hello. I don't think he can hear us. So, okay. All right. Yeah. So as I was saying, I want to talk about what it is that we do in our own daily lives to, help diminish climate change or help reduce our waste. So we'll go through everybody, and I'll just say your name, and you can just say one or two things that you do in your daily life to, kind of help reduce waste. Okay? Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so I'll start with, actually, I'll start with myself. So what do I do to reduce waste? Recently, what I did was all the light bulbs in my house, I replaced them with these fluorescent light bulbs. They're called CFLs. So they're compact fluorescent bulbs, and they last 15 times longer than regular light bulbs, and they use 80% less electricity. So it's helped my electricity bill go down as well. And that's like something that I have actively done to reduce waste from my house. That would be a residential waste that my house was producing that I actively tried to get rid of. Okay? So, Gabrielle, do you have an example of something you do to reduce waste?
Sorry, for the reduce?
To reduce the waste that you produce or that your house produces, to reduce your carbon footprint.
Well, I usually like to recycle. I like to recycle the paper I don't use to use it again, because this is a tree that is in danger. So I like to recycle paper. I also like to use light bulbs that don't use too much energy.
Light bulbs and don't use too much energy. Okay, that's great. Yeah, keep that up. That's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hyojin, what about you?
Yes, I try not to use too much plastic bags. And when I was in college, I tried to commute by bus at least once a week.
Yeah, public transportation. Yeah, so don't use your own cars or own transportation. Use public transportation. That's great. Thank you. Juan, what about you?
Well, I try to use my car just for my work. If I have to go to a near store near to my home, I use my car, for example.
Okay, all right. So you don't use your car when you don't necessarily have to.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Jalissa, what about you?
Well, at home we try to keep the lights turned off when we are not in some rooms. Then we also the water, trying to take a very fast shower, not too many minutes.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Go
and
ahead.
the trash, trying to keep them in separate places according to what they are, plastic things, so that makes it easier to how to say, for the recycling.
Yeah. Yeah, those are awesome. Those are very good. Those are very good things to do. I do that as well. I separate my trash, like the plastic and the cardboard and the paper, like put it in separate boxes so that like when they pick up the trash, they put it in the right recycling box.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Jiv, can you hear me now? I don't think you can hear us, but we'll go on. Liz?
Yes, I think I will use less paper than I use now. I will control my use of the paper in general. I print so much documents, so I control that much more after that.
Yeah. Okay, that's a really good goal to have for yourself. I know we print so much paper.
Yes.
And it all goes to waste. As I recently graduated from university, and all my notes were printed, and I didn't know what to do with them. There was so much paper. We print so much.
We waste more paper. Yes.
Yeah,
print.
We really do. Yeah. Thank you for that, Leaves. Yusuf? Hi, Yusuf.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, but I think I'm facing, problem, technical problem. I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Oh, I can hear
Yes.
you. Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you just tell us one or two things that you do to reduce your waste?
I don't think so that I'm doing that much, but nothing, you know.
Nothing right now?
Yeah, maybe later.
Okay. What do you think would be the easiest thing for you to start doing?
Most of the things that you talk about electricity, reducing of the use, changing the bulbs, and separate the trash, all these things.
And it's very easy to do that. Like you change your bulbs once, and you know they've changed. They've changed. You don't have to worry about that again for a while.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, but maybe in future.
Okay. Well, hopefully you will. Simil, can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I hear you.
Okay, that's great. Do you just want to tell us one or two things that you do to reduce your carbon footprint on the planet? Just two things you do to reduce the amount of waste that you produce?
Okay, yes.
Somebody hear me?
I always use public transporter instead of private car because private cars use carbon dioxide than public transporter.
Yeah.
And I use electric less.
Electric what? Sorry?
You want to say less.
I'm sorry. I use electric less.
Okay, electric lamps. Okay, I get that. Okay, so you don't use light bulbs at all. You use electric lamps. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome. You do quite a lot. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have Fuad. Can you hear me, Fuad? Okay, I don't think you can hear me. And that's great. Can we brainstorm a couple of other ideas that we can easily incorporate into our own lives that we can do to, reduce the amount of waste that we produce? Does anybody use batteries?
I use battery for my laptop.
Use batteries for your laptop? Okay. If you use a reusable battery, like when the battery it dies, you just charge it and you use it again. You can reduce up to 1,000 pounds of battery waste in a year. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of waste that you can easily save by using reusable batteries. Because the thing is, when batteries die, most people they just throw them in the garbage, right? But you're not supposed to do that because batteries have a lot of toxic chemicals in them, and when they end up in landfills, the toxic chemicals just leach out, and they really damage the environment. So if you weren't to throw out your batteries and you were to just use them, you could reduce all that waste that batteries produce. So that's one thing. That's one thing to do. And there's just a little rule that we're taught here in North America. The 3 R's. Does anybody know what those are?
No. Reduce, reuse.
Yeah, exactly. So it's reduce, reuse, recycle. So if you don't have to use it, don't use it. Reduce, reuse it. If it can be used again, use it again, and recycle. If you're done using it, then recycle it properly so it can be made into something better and more resources don't need to be used. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's class. Is there anything that we didn't touch upon? I might do another class on this topic and we can talk about that later. But was everybody good with today's topic?
Yeah, it was a very interesting topic.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the class.
That's great. I'm so happy to know you guys enjoyed it. If you just want to go to my WordLink page, and if you want to go to my face, and there's a link to my Facebook page there. If you go there and if you want to suggest topics, oh, hold on. If you want to suggest topics that we can talk about, then I can schedule classes for that the next time, and I'd love to see you guys back in my class.
I hope to see you again.
Yeah, I hope to see you all as well. And reduce, reuse, recycle. Don't forget your 3 R's.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
everybody
you.
everybody have a great day. You're welcome. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher. Bye bye.
Thank
No
you.
worries. Bye.
Bye.